Stop pressuring the military, Atiku tells politicians. Wow, why? What kind of pressure are politicians giving the military? Right? So there's something here. Let's hear more. The presidential candidate of the People Democratic Party, PDP, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, has advised politicians to stop putting pressure on the Nigerian military to compromise in the next year's general election, but should instead sell their programs to the people. And that is true. Chief of Defense Staff General Loki Rabo had, during an interaction with journalists in Abuja, said military personnel face pressure through inducements from politicians. Yes, but spokesperson of the Atiku Okowa campaign organization, Kola Ologbodiyan, in an interview yesterday, said politicians should engage the people who will vote at the election and not engaging the military. They should go and sell their promises and should stop mounting pressure on the military. They should face the electorate who they should govern, Ologbodiyan stated. He noted that the PDP presidential candidate is concerned with talking to Nigerians and marketing its policies to Nigerians. We counsel other politicians to stop mounting pressure on the military, he added. Ologbodiyan called on the military hierarchy to ensure that the rank and file operate within the confines of the rules of engagement. What is important is for the military to guarantee a credible election for our nation. They have the duty of protecting the territorial integrity of our nation and a duty of conformity with the laws, he further advised. So that is it. So the military is being pressurized by the politicians. And what do they do to do that? It's by inducement. That is what we're hearing here. It has been happening. All right. Now, when the election comes, you see politicians taking money to IGP, taking money to all the AIGs, taking money to DPUs, buying the police officers, taking money to the barrack, paying the commandant to help, buying soldiers, taking uniform people to move so that they will not be stopped on the road. Sometimes they use uniform people to carry ballot buses so that nobody stops them at any checkpoint. Those are the pressures that we are talking about. All right. It's not as if they are telling the defense headquarters to go and carry out coup. No. It is all this financial inducement on the military personnel, security operatives, security agencies in the country to compromise. All right. Normally, what the security agencies are supposed to do is to provide security during election, to ensure that there's no violence, to ensure that there's free and fair election, to ensure that there is a safe and secure atmosphere for electorates to vote. You understand? But unfortunately, in Nigeria, we take the money, we go and give the police, we go and give the military, we carry even illegal policemen on the road to escort ballot buses. That is what has been happening in Nigeria. And now PDP is coming out now, Atiku is coming out through the mouth of his spokesperson, Ologbodiyan, to tell politicians to stop putting pressure on the military personnel and security operatives to compromise, because that is not allowed. We need a free and fair election. We need a very fair atmosphere for election to be conducted. And at all levels, there should be security. All right. The polling units, the electorate must be secured and protected to carry out their civic right and civic mandate safely and securely. So how are we going to do now? And what are we going to do this year to ensure that the military and the security operatives are not compromised? Now, the Chief of Army Staff, Irabo, is now talking, all right, or Chief of Defense Staff, General Loki Rabo, is now being urged here to make sure he manages his people to ensure that they will resist every form of inducement and every form of political influence, all right, by the politicians to compromise during the election period. And he has to do that. They have main responsibility of protecting Nigerian territorial boundaries, protecting Nigerian system. That is protection. Security, that is their job. And to operate within the ambits of the law, within what the law provides for them. And not being used as election machineries, because that is what is happening. They are used as electionary machineries by politicians every time there is election. All right, policemen will remove their uniform and be on mufti and have the ID card and their rifles escorting ballot boxes and doing some nonsense because they see money. How much are they going to be given? Some 5,000, some 10,000, and then they will wield out their AK-47 that government has given to them to do their job and use it to intimidate electorates. That must not happen this year. The government must do something about it. Right? Government must do something about it. So Atiku now is coming out to tell politicians to stop inducing and putting pressure on the military and on the security operatives and on the police because they have their own responsibility, which is security, providing security. Unfortunately, they're not even providing security because I don't understand what this General Rabo is doing. All right. They said they had a meeting with IGP and with everybody, and they are to secure all INEC offices and the election materials in those offices. They are not able to do that. Arson is being committed on a daily basis, burning and destroying election material, burning and destroying INEC offices. Meanwhile, they said they have, where are their security operatives that they said they have deployed to all of those offices? So all these ones, I'm seeing General Rabo as a toothless bulldog. I'm seeing the security operatives in Nigeria as toothless bulldogs. That is truth. Because they have been compromised. Corruption is now our logo. It's in the military, it's in the police, it's everywhere. And that is why this election is coming now, even though this one Atiku is coming. Is Atiku himself not going to induce people with money? After all, he induced the PDP delegate to win the ticket as presidential flag bearer of PDP. Was no money he used to induce them? Did they not go there with the cash? Did police not escort that money for him because he spent the cash? So all this what Atiku is saying is also just saying what people want to hear. It's a kind of lip service. He doesn't mean it because he's one of those people that people are following now because of the money he's going to distribute. And the security operatives will not be different from it. Is he not going around with escort? Is he not dictating to IG? Is he not dictating to the security chiefs? Because he has the money and he pays heavily. He pays very well. The same thing Tinubu wants to do. They pay very well. And now they're coming here to tell us online that politicians should stop putting pressure on military and security operatives. Who is he deceiving? Because this is exactly what he himself is already doing. This is what he himself is already doing. So you shouldn't come out here and tell us that he's talking now like another statesman. Meanwhile, that is what he's doing. Somebody say not business as usual. Money will fail them in 2023. It will not fail completely because we still have a lot of Nigerians who can sell their conscience for 5,000 naira, who can sell their card. After all, it's already happening in Enugu State. People are already submitting their data because of 5,000 naira they're promising them. Already some people are submitting their PVCs in the north, especially in Kano State, because of they may not even see the money, maybe a plate of rice. That's how bad it is. 2023 is a different ball game altogether, but we still have people, elite, who are still following these people. So it might not be completely a different ball game. All right, it might not be completely a different ball game. People are following them because of money. Now the PDP presidential campaign team came out to complain that the reason they have not started their campaign honestly is because Atiku has refused to release money. And I'm sure even as they need money for logistics and for movement, they still are looking forward for what they will share from that money. Because Atiku will pay. So Atiku should stop telling all this thing. I don't believe him and I don't trust him one bit. What he's saying, he is going to be the first person to do it. He is going to be the first person to take money to IG, take money to DPOs, take money to commissioners of police, take money. All the state governors in the state have the commissioners of police in their pocket and are going to use them for political reasons. The governors are using all their local security network that they have established in their state for as political talks. So what are we saying? Atiku will be the first person to release money to all the security chiefs to support him. I'm telling you. And he's coming here to tell us online that politicians, he should talk to himself and talk to his people in the PDP Fed before he will talk to others. Because the PDP and APC, that is their logo, and that is what they're going to do. I'm pretty sure of that. And that is why the ANEC chairman, Mahmoud Yakubu, somehow appears helpless. because these political bigwigs are making the work very difficult for him. God will help us. So that is what Atiku is saying, that politicians should stop pressuring military to compromise during elections. Meanwhile, he is probably the first culprit on this.